Hello to all you beautiful beings tuning into today's message. This is the Crow's Nest. I'm your host, Crystaljoy, Wounded Healer. What I have for you is today's guidance messages. So we're just going to jump right in and find out what it is that we need to be aware of and focusing on for our day and the best guidance based on that message. The stone that I felt guided to put on the tarot deck today, I don't actually know the name of it. It's a stone that I found, or a mineral perhaps, in on the ocean front here in British Columbia. I believe I got this one down on Kitsilano Beach. And it kind of reminds me of a volcanic type rock. It's kind of spongy, very porous. And as soon as I grabbed that stone, I was thinking about volcanoes and right away thinking about a volcanic eruption. So, and we have been seeing a lot of messages coming through about a lot of action, a lot of change coming through. And we saw so many wands the other day, really speaking about, fire, action, passion. So interesting that I was feeling guided to grab this stone today, thinking about volcanic eruptions, thinking about the messages that we've had coming through this past week. So let's find out what it is that we need to know and be aware of for today. Okay, so some cards do want to turn over right away. I'm not going to take them, but I did see the High Priestess. Cards almost don't want to go together today. They were like that earlier when I was trying to shuffle too. All right, so let's see what it is that Spirit wants us to be aware of and focusing on for today. Okay, there we go. One card, that's really nice. It is the Chariot. That's incredible. It isn't in the reverse position. So this is a card in this position of self-discipline, opposition, and lack of direction. And interesting, because thinking about this volcanic eruption and this Chariot, I've been seeing it in my readings coming through as a chariot lit on fire. And we saw so many of those wands the other day coming through speaking about fire and passion and action. And I feel like there's a lot of action in regards to self-discipline. And I'm feeling also about the self-love. There was a really interesting message that came through a few days ago about the lovers in reverse. And I'm feeling like, the greatest guidance from that message was in regards to just really tapping into that self-love, that sense of oneness. And, I was really feeling in the reading to follow that work was really being put in. And with this Chariot in reverse, the self-discipline, I feel like there is a lot of self-discipline being put into the discernment in regards to how to properly give and receive for yourself is what I'm feeling. And the other thing I'm seeing too, this is a completely separate message. This lack of direction and thinking about this volcanic eruption, I feel that for some of you, you feel like life is a little bit chaotic at this time. And it's just kind of like a volcano erupting. It's just, chaos, and it's loud, it's explosive, and it's all over the place. There's no organization to it, if we could say that. So I'm feeling like that for you, like maybe even some tower moments, just something happening where it just kind of feels to you like things are just blowing up, and I'm just seeing lava just spewing everywhere. And so I feel like for you, this is a metaphor of how you are feeling internally, and you are this volcano, and it's like you just feel like you're this volcano going through this eruption, and it just makes you feel as though you don't know which way to go, right? Because there's all this lava, and it's shooting every which direction. So I feel like for you, it's having this feeling like you do have a lack of direction at this time. And the Chariot in reverse also does speak about opposition. And I feel like strong guidance here is just really about having this self-discipline in regards to, getting connected again to this sense of direction for yourself. And I do strongly feel, that Lover's card, that message that came through 2-3 days ago, that Lovers in reverse was just really strong guidance about, self-love, self-care, just really taking this time to focus on yourself. But for some of you, there has been a great sense of accomplishment in regards to the self-discipline that you've been having in how you're moving through situations. The upright position as well, for the Chariot, is about control, willpower, success, action, and determination. So again, there's that word action, more of those wands, okay? And that's what I'm feeling for those of you who are in this place of self-discipline. It's giving you this sense of action, this sense of moving forward, this sense of control over the situation. For some of you, it's this volcano is erupting and there is no sense of control or of direction. And then for some of you, there's like this sense of control and success and self-discipline, which is helping to give you a sense of determination in the actions that you want to take, how you want to move forward, and in the directions that you do want to move forward. And for some of you too, the Chariot upright is a card of willpower. And this volcano erupting, I feel like that's almost like, we talk about shadow work and ego death, but it's important to know that we don't want to kill off the ego, right? We have to have the darkness to have the light, vice versa. Oh goodness, I have to plug my phone and it's going to die. Give me 1 second, you guys. I don't want to lose you here. Where's my charger? Oh goodness. I was apparently not prepared today. And that could even be a message, my battery dying all of a sudden. So it's just, some of you might be feeling like your batteries are running a bit low. Here we go. Okay, I got you guys. So, yes, but this moving forward, for some of you, like I was saying, this, there's this volcano erupting and it's creating this lack of direction. Everything is just kind of all over, and strong guidance to, have a sense of self-discipline, and that's going to help you to gain a sense of control. But then for some of you, you really are in this place of self-discipline, and it's really helping you to move forward again. And I was saying, I forget where I was when my battery started to die, but I'm feeling the need to go back to, what was I going to say here? There's a few things that I'm picking up. I'm also drawn to the number 7 on the card. It's a very spiritual number. What was the other thing? Right, about the ego. So, yes, and that's funny because I was talking about killing off the ego and then my battery was going to die. And here's the thing, I think that was relevant because, when my phone's battery runs out, that's it. I lose you guys. The video's done, right? And so I think it speaks to a lot about, for ourselves, Sometimes, you know, that battery, feeling like our batteries are running low for ourselves. Um, with killing off the ego, you know, that's to kill off the self. It's a matter of having the balance within the self, having a matter of balance within the masculine and feminine energies within yourself, having control over the ego, and I guess I don't know what the opposite word for that would be, but the lack of the ego. You know, you don't want to not have ego. It's a matter of harnessing it. And with willpower, that's where I'm going with this. I'm feeling this willpower is a sense of harnessing. Oh, interesting. A candle just went out. Harnessing the ego and using it to the benefit. And as I was saying that, my candle went out, and I was also thinking about, as soon as I said that, I was thinking about more fire energy, more wands, but I was actually seeing fire, and then the candle went out. Interesting. So I feel like for some of you, there's a lot of messages I'm picking up about this sense of being burnt out a little bit. So, you know, take some time, like my phone battery going to die, the candle just went out. So for some of you, strong guidance to really do have some self-discipline and caring for yourself, loving yourself, because you are going to burn yourself out. But this ego, this willpower with the chariot upright, I really strongly feel this embodying the ego, the darker aspects of yourself, if you will, just in the most powerful and sensual and erotic way. It's very, what's the words I'm looking for? I'm actually seeing a feminine, and she's very much expressing her sexuality. She's very comfortable with who she is, and she's completely naked. She's just so comfortable, and in her power too, not just comfortable, but in her power. Very interesting. So a number of messages coming through with that chariot today, but let's find out what it is that the angel numbers have for the guidance for us today. And the stone that I was guided to use on this deck was my red jasper. So this is a very grounding stone. I'm thinking about the sacral chakra once again. I think about that so much when I see this stone. So that might be a message for someone here in regards to, you know, talking about all this need for self-love, self-care. You might, you know, there might still be some healing in the sacral chakra area, which is something that is being talked about so much right now, you know, in tarot and in the healing community, right, the light worker community. There's just a lot of guidance in regards to healing the sacral chakra, particularly for divine feminines or those who resonate more with the feminine energy. Excuse me, my throat chakra. So let us find out what is the best guidance based on this message or the messages that have come through today. So if we could please get the best guidance for the messages that did come through for us today. The best guidance based on today's messages. All right. Oh, this is so great. Oh my gosh, I got stuck. Okay. Angel number 1 is the card that when 2 fell on the floor, the number 1 flipped up. So it right away talks about willpower, leadership, self-reliance, and inner strength. And I'm feeling that. I really am feeling a harness of that. Really embodying that willpower, self-reliance. I'm feeling that feminine that I saw who's just like really owning this willpower, it's like a sense of dominance and control, but in a very harnessed way. Not in a egoistic way. Okay, very strong manner. Okay, and so angel number 1 does talk about inner strength, right? And so for some of you, there's about this self-discipline, you know, feeling like this volcano is erupting, it's all over the place, the guidance of getting that self-discipline. You know, your angels are here to bring you some strength, feeling like you have a sense of willpower and leadership, a sense of control over the situation. over your life. I'm hearing, like right now for some of you, you just feel like life is just all over the place. It's not just a situation, it's everything. But your angels really are here to not only help you to find that sense of control over life and the situations happening for you, but also giving you this, bringing you this sense of self-reliance and inner strength so that you can really tap into your willpower and pull yourself through this sense of chaos, explosive lack of direction. I really am seeing the Tower card when I say that. So for some of you, it is feeling like some Tower moments, some triggers are going off for you today. However, angel number 1 is also a card about new and positive beginnings and changes. So just remember that any Tower moments that happen, any volcanoes that seem like they're going off, anything that seems eruptive around you today or the next couple days, I feel the need to say this may even been something that went off yesterday and is going to affect you for the next couple days, I feel. But do know that it was all for a new beginning, a positive change, and that's been coming through so strong in my readings. Also about the Chariot, yes. Oh, can't believe I didn't think about this sooner. The Chariot is number 7, very spiritual card. Number 1 is all about new beginnings. The High Priestess, I saw that when I was shuffling. I saw this divine feminine, just raw power, sensual beauty, really, really powerful strength, really embodying who she is, and that I saw that High Priestess there. And the High Priestess is also a very spiritual being. It does speak about a divine feminine, but it also could be speaking to those of you who resonate with the divine feminine energy. So you could be a masculine who resonates more with that energy. And we also have angel number 999. Oh, this is a nudge to finish projects to unlock the next step for yourself. So angel number 1 is here to prepare you for these new and positive changes. Why? Because there's a project, there's something you need to finish. And I think what it is gaining this sense of control. For some of you, it's embodying the ego, this willpower, really embodying that other half of yourself, the other half of the energy of yourself. And this is you're being nudged to really, really tap into that at this time, because that's the key to the next step. The keys are coming back up in my readings again, you guys. If you hadn't seen those before, those were wild. I mean, like, I just kept seeing like these keys and a door, and a divine feminine was blocking the door, and the divine masculine is trying to get in. He's like, yeah, I got your keys, you left them in the door, why can't I open the door? It was crazy what was coming through. And now these keys are coming back. I'm seeing this divine feminine, so I am getting some twin flame energy in this reading. But do know, whoever this is for, that everything that is happening right now is here for your highest good, as always. Always. It's always for your highest good. But do know that this is here to help you to unlock, to use those keys to unlock the next step for yourself. To unlock, what I'm actually seeing is someone, it's like you close a chest and you lock it, and that's what's going to unlock the next thing. So it's like you need to, right, it's like you're putting it in a chest and you're locking it. Empowering, gaining a sense of control over the willpower. I feel strong ego here. And I feel like, yes, I'm seeing it's almost like you're putting the ego in a box and you're locking it. And you're just kind of like, I'm in control now. And that's what's going to help you to, I literally see someone putting their foot on a step, and that's how you're going to move forward. And number 7, the High Priestess, those are very spiritual energies. So I loved this reading. I'm so grateful to have been able to deliver this message today. It was very, very interesting. Again, a number of different messages coming through. So I hope that they found who they were meant for. And I also wanted to say thank you guys so much for all of the recent love I've been getting. There's just been such an increase in the amount of likes and feedback that I've been getting. And that really does help the messages to find who they were meant for. So I'm so grateful for the support, and for you supporting others and helping them along their journey and finding the messages that are meant for them. So once again, thank you all so much. This is the Crow's Nest. I'm your host, Crystaljoy, Wounded Healer. Be well.